congratulations. By now, you now have your very own Facebook ad account, or you should. You should have watched the videos with Jaden where he walked you through how to create the ad account, how to set up your conversion pixel. You really accomplished some things now. So now you're actually ready to put your first ad on Facebook. So here's what this module is about. This module is about putting your first ad. So you might want to do a video ad, or you might want to do a story ad, like we showed you examples of a little while back. You have an ad that you want to put on Facebook, and so here's kind of a prerequisite. Before you can actually place that out on Facebook, what you have is what we call a lead capture page, which is essentially designed to capture the email. So when we place our ad on Facebook, we don't send people directly to an order form asking for them to buy stuff, because people just pay with money right away.
They pay with their attention, and then they pay with their email.
Exactly. First. So what we want is we want to create micro commitments, is what we call it, which is essentially where someone pays with something small and then they pay with something big. We'll use the dating analogy. When you walk up to the cute girl in the grocery store, first you ask for her phone number. Then you follow up with her. Then you go on a date with her. And that might be her buying a small product first, or whatever it is, right? There are micro commitments before you're getting married and having kids.
Exactly.
That's not day one. And so for us, it's not instant to where they just pull out the credit card and buy. First, we get a micro commitment. The other powerful thing about asking for email address is now we have a tool to follow up with each of the people. So if we just send them directly to an order form or directly to a sales page, and they left without buying, we would lose that traction. But they would be gone forever because most people aren't going to buy. But when you ask for their email, now what we can do is send people a series of emails on how to do that. So you should have some knowledge at this point of sales funnels and how that works. And so here's the main core messaging that we want to hammer home before you start running your ads, and that's this. Here's what I want to show you guys. So this capture page shapes. Read to me the headline on this capture.
It says, free training webinar reveals my secret 3-step formula I've used to quit my job and travel around the world, and how you can copy exactly what I've done for yourself.
Okay, now let's go back to the ad. Now, what is the ad about?
How would you like to see exactly how I've gone from 30K in credit card, firing my boss, and traveling around the world as an internet marketer, and how you can too? And
then what was the video about when we just watched it? I mean, for you guys to stand out, it was the exact. So here's something that's really,
this is what we're teaching, congruency.
So this is a concept that and I'm going to open up a fresh tab here so they can kind of draw it out. So this is a concept we call congruence. See, your business is kind of like a series of dominoes. So the very first domino you have inside of your business is your ad. This is kind of the very first exposure someone has to you. They're just going through their Facebook. They have no idea who you are, what you've got to offer. No idea. But then they see your little ad on Facebook, and they're like, that's interesting. And they just paid a little bit with attention, right? And then they click on the ad, and they pay with a click. That's the first domino falling, is someone clicks on your ad. And then we have a domino right here where essentially we want to ask for their name and their email address, which is domino 2. And then what we have is our sales presentation, which is domino 3, which is where someone can buy from the sales video. And so what we want, this right here, the lead capture page, is kind of in the way. So essentially, what people want is whatever you told them they were going to get in the app. So if you told them there's going to be a free cheat sheet that's going to show them the 3 secrets to losing weight fast, that's what they want. If you told them they're going to watch the webinar and how they can quit their job and travel the world, that's what they want. They want exactly whatever you told them they're going to get in the app. And so now when I first started marketing online, what I did was I would have my ad that would talk about one concept. And then I would create a totally new story and concept for the capture page, but no one would enter in their name and email address.
You're rushing a little bit.
I'm like, what's going on? And so then what I decided to start doing was I started using almost identical headlines, almost identical verbiage on this capture page to what was in the ad. So I told people, hey, you're going to get this free webinar that's going to teach you how to do blank. And whatever I told them it was going to teach them is exactly what I put on the capture page. And here's why. When someone sees something in the ad, a free webinar, how to do blank, and they click on that, they're actually making a micro commitment to get that thing. Now, if you start selling them on something totally different on the capture page, like, no, I wanted this thing. I wanted this. Why isn't it this?
Right.
Like, they're confused. They don't know what to do.
They're in yes momentum. So essentially, we're getting people into a yes momentum state. And even if the capture page is congruent with your final offer, which is down the road, which is they need to educate themselves more down the road to figure out what the offer and what the solution is going to be. what you want in between your ad and your capture page is 100% congruency. And if there is any breakage in that congruency, what happens is their mind steps in and they have a creative burden. They actually have to figure out, wait, is this what Landon was talking about? Like, it has to be exactly the same, or else there's going to be a break in communication.
Exactly. So
if you go back, you can just show them.
Yeah, and you can see, can see that here's my capture page. How I used to quit my job, travel around the world. Here's my ad, firing your boss and traveling around the world.
And you also said 3-step, which you said in the video.
And so the verbiage is like it doesn't have to be word for word.
Yeah.
As close as you can get, the closer you can get to having these match up, the better. Because again, someone clicks on this, they want the webinar to see how I fired my boss and travel around the world. They want that. Then they click on the ad, and that I'm giving them exactly what they want.
There's no confusion. There's no creative burden.
Why wouldn't they enter their email address and register for the exact webinar they want to get?
Yep.
And so what you want to do is you look at your capture page, and you could be in the golf niche, weight loss niche.
Yeah.
You've got some sort of a system of funnel like this, right? You've got a page you're going to be sending people, and so you want to look at the headline on it. And you don't have to use it in the headline on your ad necessarily, but what we do is right before the call to action, whatever we tell them they're going to get, we use almost identical verbiage.
Yeah.
So in my video, I was like, hey, when you click the link, we're going to show you the 3-step formula. I used to quit my job and travel on the road. I literally said this almost word for word. The headline on my ad is almost this word for word so that people realize they're in the right place. And there's no reason not to opt in, not to give them email.
Some of you guys are watching this and you're our clients, and we actually give you templates, proven capture page that is proven to work. You actually don't have to change anything. But if you're watching this and you're like, Chris Landon, like, I don't even know how to create this page. Where do I start? Where would you suggest? Because we use ClickFunnels. We use simple funnels, systems like ClickFunnels to set this up, and they have tons of training platforms to teach you all that stuff. But what would you recommend?
Well, we have a training course called Invisible Infrastructure. Some of you have found through Invisible Infrastructure. Some of you might not. So we have our full training program, Invisible Empire. You can probably see, we're not selling it here, but you can probably see information around it if you're not in Invisible Empire yet, where we actually teach click by click, gamify how to set up sales funnels. But that's the main core concept is congruency here.
Mm-hmm.
Be as congruent as you possibly can. Just let people know exactly what was the headline in the webinar, Stace?
My secret 3-step formula we've used to quit our job and travel around the world, and how you can exactly do it for yourself.
Yeah, so we actually use the same headline on the ad,
congruency all the way through.
The same headline on the capture page, the same headline on the webinar. Everything is the same so that people always know I'm in the right place. This is exactly what I wanted.
Exactly.
Why, Stace, let me ask you this. Why do people, is McDonald's the best food in the world?
No.
Why do people eat there so much?
Consistency.
They know exactly what to expect when they go there.
Yep.
Stace, me and Stace, we eat at a company called Noodles & Company. We eat there like 2 to 3 days a week. Why do we do it? Because we know exactly what we're going to get when we get there. We know it's going to be filling. We know we're going to get our proteins. We know it's going to be cheap. Like, we know exactly what we're going to get.
We're not going to order a Veracruz salad and then get like a steak sandwich.
Yeah, we know.
We know,
And so people trust people.
Yeah.
That they know will deliver on exactly what they said.
And another thing too, before we end this video, when you can give people micro promises, and you say, I'm going to give you my 3-step formula, click the link below. They click the link and then they land on a page that says, here's my 3-step formula, here you go. You're building trust.
Yeah.
That's how you build trust. You get people in yes momentum. You deliver on your micro promises. You make it very congruent, and you literally sell the next click until you're rich.
Just clicks to riches.
It's clicks to riches. You get people in click yes momentum, and you keep it very congruent. This is an important video for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure, if you've already written your story yet, make sure that the sentence before the call to action, or even whenever you're explaining the lead magnet, right?
Yeah.
So if it's the webinar, that you're using similar verbiage to whatever is on this page, right? Whatever's on your capture page, use similar verbiage to describe that lead magnet to what you're going to use on your capture page. That's going to increase conversion rates. Do the same thing in your video ads. The more congruent you can be, the better your results are going to be. And in the next video, what we're going to do is show you step by step how to start setting up your very own ads. Let's do it.
We'll see you there.